Okay.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you here this bright, beautiful day here in Sky Valley. I guess we're first thing we have to do, we have a quorum.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we have a quorum. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go right into it. Approval of the minutes for the March 26th minutes. Has everyone read it? Any questions?
Yes, and I have no questions. And I'm very approved of it.
Fantastic. Do I hear a second? All in favor say aye. Aye. Approved. Thank you. Let's go right into the discussion items. Marketing update. Done.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Good month. Thank you. I won't take a lot of time. We're running a lot long last time. A lot. But a lot of thank you, Greg. That's what y'all paid me for. That's what you get. Doug gets 30 minutes every month. Anyway, had a good month. The notes I sent are up on the email that I have for y'all to look at here. So we are in another issue of Golf Central Magazine, 2-page spread. Let's see. Pulled up, very nicely done. We've been in the magazine. Here's the magazine. It's not the one that there's the one that you'll pull up the page. Whatever I said, 30 and 31 there, please, ma'am. Whoops.
Getting there.
Very nice magazine. It's not just golf related. Might have maybe gone, I don't know, maybe went too far. No, I put it at 30, 31. Maybe there. No, that ain't it.
Very nice.
It's not up. Okay, we gotta go back up the page. There we go. All right. So there we go. 2-page spread mostly. We try to do mostly photos if we can. Some we've used before, but it certainly gets the point across. So my writers, got the, so we're promoting Sky Valley, and what there is in terms of promoting real estate, what you can do up here. And again, our target is not as much golf related anymore as just a community of what it is, and hey, come on up and enjoy it. So this magazine, again, to refresh your minds, goes out to, so she does some print and a lot of online. Probably gets about 100,000 people, which it's a great magazine. It's the #1 golf, whatever magazine. It's the travel. So there you go, Turf Travel, different kind of lifestyle magazine.
So how many days print?
And print probably about 25,000 and send it out to places, and then we send it out to a lot of people, which includes part of my database. So she's 26 years. Does a fantastic job in Central Florida, but it goes all over.
So where is it? Central Florida?
Orlando, around Orlando area where she's at. So they do a great job. Here's rolling ball here on Lake Lure cover. So it's excited about that. Yes, sir.
They printed 25,000 copies, but we get 100,000.
Yeah, so it goes back to another. Yeah.
How does that?
Yeah.
What are the other 75?
Just different places. Her database and my database.
Digitally?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
So that's a heck of a way to do it.
Well, yes, it's a good way. I mean, print's going away for the most part. A lot of our new guys that we work with are nothing but online, but it's just everybody enjoys online. It's always nice to have something with such feel to see. and whatever.
I'm at school, I have to work on my Kindle.
Yeah, I get it. It's,
Stuff to read on the deck.
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
there you go.
Yes.
Right.
Which I've never been invited to. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna get into Chase Labs about twice a summer.
Anyway, excited about that again, as you know, since we were behind schedule this year, trying to get in terms of, on the editorial calendar. Again, it's still about who you know, how you put stuff in, so I was excited that we got in this magazine this early and we'll be able to do some more. We're on some other editorial calendars, for later this year. But this is very big, and if we can keep stuff up like that every month, which, we'll see, hopefully we'll be able to do some more. So, second part of the equation is Doris. All right, so, the traveling golf diva on her trip to Sky Valley. And so I wrote some of the bullet points there. I met with her on Monday. She came up on Friday, and we'll let you talk a little bit about this in a second, since you met her. But again, having a media person come up here, and she is very involved with a lot of things. One thing I love about her is she found me out earlier this year or late last year, probably late last year. It was late last year. That she wanted to be a part of what I was doing and putting out, but she brings the woman's perspective of things. She does women's groups. She told me after she told me how much she fell in love with this place. Again, as I told y'all, these media people don't want to leave, they want to come back. They can invite you back as soon as possible, So her and her husband came up and had a great visit. But she's already said, yeah, I want to bring a group of women back to Sky Valley. So very, very excited about what she did. Let me finish on getting everything. That Gordon and his wife were just fantastic. I guess Gordon paid her. Everybody was very nice, polite, very knowledgeable of Sky Valley and what all there was to do. So Gordon mentioned real estate in a big way, and we'll be doing some big real estate programs with her. And then again, I mentioned she's going to bring one through here to Sky Valley. I won't read her 2 paragraphs here that she put in here what she wants to do for Sky Valley, but it's going to be quite a lot. She does a podcast, which I have been on, and then she sends that out to many different places. There is another marketing avenue that a lot of us have used in the past called Golf Wire, and it's daily. And so there's 100,000 subscribers to that. It's really good. And you got to remember too, we're not golf. When you say golf, it's not the 18 holes out there. Okay, just remember that it's people who are reading it, people who are marketing it to, and there's certainly people who we want to get people who live in Florida to move up here. Okay, that's the idea. So, second home, whatever it may be.
Doug, I would just comment, they were scheduled to play golf one time, they actually played twice.
They did. They ran a little bit on Saturday, I think she said, and they finished, and she's like, she cannot say enough about golf, too, just, pristine shape, loved everything about it. So yeah, they got up the next morning and played golf again. Also, there at the bottom, she wrote an email back to me or to Gordon and copied me. I'd like to take this opportunity to sincerely thank you for your exceptional hospitality around business. Sky Valley, your detailed, thoughtfully executed from the delicious breakfast and accommodations to golf dinners and warm introductions, making the entire experience truly outstanding. We greatly appreciate your efforts and look forward to the opportunity to work with you and Doug in the near future. So that was an email to Gordon. Gordon, why don't you put 2 cents in here on Doris and what you thought, and we'll go from there.
Well, my wife was really impressed with her. And that's a lot. She was a whole.
She's very impressed.
Yeah.
Really sharp.
Really did well. She liked it, good personality. What I got out of her life was, she spends a lot of time in digital. She's really talking about focusing digital and marketing, less from print. And, she had some really good ideas about, talk at lunch, where you can go out, where you target, being very, very specific and targeting, age groups, type of people. She asked a lot of good questions, stuff to us. Come back. We were talking a little bit about mission statements and who you're going after, age wise, gender, a lot of them. And her idea was that marketing, you can reduce costs literally by digitally. A lot of that's the way things are going. Quick response, of course, as you referring to the job, and that's it is. That's the direction. So I think she had a lot of great questions, and I think could possibly help us a lot.
I mean, she's after me every week.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, Monday, she's like, can we talk this week? So not to interrupt you,
No.
but thank y'all very much. This is a huge marketing tool that has worked tremendously in the past. Where we, joked all this before. We had the publisher, his wife, come up from Southern Fairways. We get a cover on his magazine, and he continues to love us. He's one of those guys that wants to come in. That was a couple of years ago. Yeah. So no, this is some things I just keep to show y'all when we're talking. But great lady, a lot of connections. Does a lot of great podcasts. You can go on her site and hear her podcast. So I'm not sure what we're going to do and who's going to do the podcast. Did she mention that to you or anybody?
No, not. Okay. See.
And so we want to get that done as soon as possible. I'm sure that's one thing she wants to talk to
She
me
gonna
about.
be talking about any type of articles that we can see printed.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this Golf Wire is another kind of a newsletter, daily newsletter, which is unheard of. It's just tough, but it costs a lot to be a member of Golf Wire. I have been a member of it before, and right now I'm not pick and choose different things that I want to do. But she is, and so it reaches a lot of people, and that's what we're trying to do is continue to reach a lot of people all the time. Okay, so we keep this name up here. I got a story to tell you in just a minute. But very pleased with her. I think she'll do great. Love it when we get a husband and wife team that will come and see. Not that just having men come up is not fantastic because they do a great job of what they do. And again, I don't bring anybody up here or suggest that we bring anybody up here, unless I know who they are and how to work with them, and things like that. So, or know their reputation. So I knew this was good. She lived in South Florida. She came up, we put her up at Savannah. So she did a couple of days in Savannah, and then she drove all the way up here. And just, she could not say enough nice things about Sky Valley. So, and it was cool. A couple of nights, which is probably nice to get out of that little warm area down in South Florida. I'm sure they probably enjoyed that. Who wouldn't? As I got out of my car and get that cool air hit you in the face. So fantastic. Now, it's my job to help work with her and get some stuff. So we'll be doing some things that I'll continue to let you know. But yeah, we will get somebody on the podcast. It's all, certainly done by phone. She certainly does it.
She has a podcast. I know a podcast is very popular.
It is.
Is it, do you have any people listen? Obviously, you got to sit down. Is this a routine, like a weekly?
Yeah, she records on Friday, I believe.
Okay.
She's probably a month and a half out in terms of getting people on. So she wants to. I wore my Georgia Golf Trail shirt, which I have under some kind of shirt that has a big tournament on. I want one of those, so I saw the enthusiasm. She's very, very excitable. I'm excited. Yes, ma'am.
Is
I know in the past they've like come up for one trip. Is it beneficial for someone who's so enthusiastic to have her back again in the fall?
Absolutely.
Somewhere there.
Especially people that, I mean, now I don't do this all year. I don't see people every month. Probably could, but knowing the outcome with what I've seen over the years, I think so. I think we probably need to push her to get this women's group up here, which would be great. Or however we do it, wherever we do it. So yes, I think it'd be, fantastic. I wish I could work with more women's groups.
Yeah, great.
It's, couple or, I mean, she's got her own stuff going on, be a husband and wife team. But, they talk about where they're gonna go and then the wife decides, right? Isn't it right? I can't, what you did, that's what I like, Grace, I'm sure you did it. Anyway, yeah, so so I'm excited about doing that, and I think, just per se versus men versus women, women looks at different things that a man just doesn't look. It's just not quite simple details with the dining or beautification or anything and everything. So it's stuff that is thoroughly eating. So I'm always excited about having. I had a group up here called America's Traveling America's Traveling Couple. Fantastic couple. They were up here. They live out in Arizona, so I got them here and had to pay them a little bit to get them here, but they do a lot of stuff. So love it when it's a man and woman team up. So
I have a question,
Yes,
just
ma'am.
curious. Would there be any reach if we had some associations with different college teams or anything like that? The kids are still kids and they're not, coming up here and buying property or joining the club, but their parents are aware of things and come to see them play. I didn't know if that had ever been tossed around.
I know Ryan is doing some stuff with different events. Certainly, I'm a huge junior. I'm just calling them juniors, okay? Marketing, because that's exactly what you said. If we can get juniors to come or whatever,
Parents
then
will follow.
parents will follow, and then they're gonna go back and say, hey, it's a great place, or maybe play golf, this great place, things like that. So certainly it is high on the list, and would love to explore more of that. So I'll be glad to delve into things like that. So I think colleges and high schools I got a grandson that's ninth grade and he goes all over the state playing golf. So anyway, let's move on. So you all got my tape. So I get over 30 minutes. All right. The next one there is Golf One Media. You can see it on the screen there. Again, one of our new, I'd say new, he's probably almost a year now. But I've been doing this 15 years, so he's new. Great guy. This is his newsletter that's weekly, and express that to you. This goes out to about 75,000 people. So this is at the very top of his newsletter. So you get it, and it comes to Golf One Media, and so there you go. It has the link right back to Business Sky Valley, GA. And so he asked. I mean, I got to deal with him every month. So I work out some stuff. And so we don't want to just inundate him with stories or articles or whatever. So the sponsor stuff's really good. I certainly use a couple other of my clients that we put up there, but that's extremely valuable. So, so this month we're extremely excited about.
I can tell you.
What we've done. Somebody's talking over somebody. Anyway, nobody knows. Well, a couple people.
Isn't there some in the box?
No.
Harry, you gotta shut that thing up, buddy. So I came up with my wife and the master 2 weeks ago. And we were just looking for a place to go. So I kind of do this with some of my clients. I come and nobody knows I'm here. And so I got Bill Thies to, he wanted to give me his condo and I said no, so paid him a little bit. Finally got to meet him after all these years. Thanked him, so he came up and we talked for a long time and thanked him so much for what he's done for the marketing committee. And we just had a great time. We got, Bill and I had a good talk about Sky Valley, because it's good to hear things. So we just kind of looked around, and just, we went to the different cities around, and I talked to store owners, and I didn't tell them who it was. I just, hey, we're staying down in Sky Valley, and oh yeah, da, da, da. I mean, everybody was so nice. Everybody knew certainly in Sky Valley, and so everybody, I'm like, hey, anything you do, Sky, can you make sure you keep calling? Absolutely will. Everybody was just so nice. The Clayton Dillard, Highlands, and then we just kind of drove around and looked at everything. And I don't get to do that as much as I'd like to, but we had a really good time. Went down to the Dillard House a couple of times, because we talked about last time, I want their help to help promote Sky Valley. So had not eaten down there, so we went down on Thursday night, about 20 other people. So they got a lot of work to do to catch up, and they know it. And they don't really care right now. It's a long-term investment, but had a really good time there. Went outside, ate s'mores with the new things that they're doing, and so then Saturday morning we came back and we ate breakfast there, and got a tour with John Dillard. He told me a lot of the inside of what's going on. And I mean, they have gone from 30 million putting in some money to 70 million. Little.
Where's the money going?
Well, everywhere. I mean, it's certainly that new restaurant and all that area. You have not been down there. It's totally, that stone is expensive. Yeah. It was funny. I would leave here over the last year and a half. I'd drive there and I'd take pictures. I'm like, we're on the stone wall the last 15 years. Come on, finish the stone wall. So anyway, so I'm working with them to try to help them as much as possible. But their new 60-room hotel, their conference center, they've redone it. They're going to have a lot of conferences. They're going to go strongly with weddings. They're building this huge outdoor garden area that's just going to be beautiful. Big new pool. They're redoing all the cottages in the back. They're putting stuff down by the river. We're going to have trout fishing and all kinds of different, things like that. So it's certainly, I think, just a fun thing they're trying to do. It will take decades to get their money back. I don't think they care. Actually, the owner was there that morning and we almost got the meeting, but he was busy entertaining some people. We didn't bother him, but it was good. I talked to John about, what we're doing up here, and certainly he's all for it. Thinks it's great, and appreciates my fear about what we're trying to do for the county. And so he's excited. It's really funny, not that I was trying to pry, but he didn't even know that Louise was selling the place. He's a son of her husband. And I don't know all the story there, but found out some of it. I'm thinking, okay, so this is your stepmom who, dad left everything to. And so anyway, he didn't seem like it was a big deal. He talked very highly of her. I got to meet Louise. And but he's very grateful. He's, resort manager now. It's great. His Dillard name is still part of the resort. So I was excited. That was nice. Again, just wrapping up, had a great time. I love coming up here. My wife loved coming up here. And we just enjoyed just kind of relaxing. Like I said, we brought our dog and he enjoyed being up here. He was like, well, go to the bathroom, right? Figure it out, so. So, another big part of the story I was gonna tell you, so there was 3 people I met, that were staying at timeshares, right there, close to where we were staying, and just happened to run into them, and guess where they're from? They're from Florida. Never been here before. I just found out about it. They weren't sure. They kind of mentioned, we thought we read it in the golf magazine, because they were golfers. All 3 of them were golfers. One lived on one side of the state, 2 lived on the other side of the state. And they just, I'm telling them everything about Sky Valley, so we talked for quite a bit outside the condo there, and where they could go and do, what they could eat, what they could see. They were playing golf, but that was when it was warm, and it got cold that weekend, 2 weekends ago. So it's gonna be like 40 something. They play golf on Monday. So I'm like, sure. But one of the ladies said, I'm not sure I brought the right clothes up here, because it's 85 in Florida, It's gonna be 40 and wind blowing. Anyway, so they were, I explained the shines, from the church, make sure, oh, yeah, I thought that was cool. So I'm like, okay, here you go. This is exactly what we're trying to do. Right there. And get people up here who can fall in love with this place, and keep coming back, going back to
Decide to move up here.
decide to move up here. They love the condo. One gentleman had been here already, and he, because of his timeshare program, he got to eat the clubhouse, and he was excited about that. So that was something that's certainly unexpected, but certainly ready for it. And I mean, I didn't go searching for somebody like that, but it was nice to hear.
Great feedback.
It is. So it's wonderful. So that's about it for me. Certainly working on some other things that will continue.
About that radio show. Sweet
Oh,
Tea.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Here's the star of the show right here. This is whatever. So as you know, I told y'all on Fridays, a friend of mine has a radio station. I was in the radio for about 8 years, 20 years ago. I know I've told you a little bit about it. So we do a show on Fridays, and I started with this whole Sweet Tea Travels concept. So it's not just about Georgia, it's about other things. So we have guests on. Right now it's only an hour. It's probably going to go 2 hours. So my wife's helping me some. So tomorrow we're in Virginia, and so she's going to come help me, talk about Virginia, in one of my favorite areas over there at Williamsburg, the historical triangle there, Jamestown and Yorktown. But we wanted to do a special feature on this area, so we had. I think her name is Melissa, if I remember right. The new lady took over from CJ down at the
Madison.
Welcome.
Madison.
Madison.
Okay, I knew something. Melissa Madison, Mary. I was thinking about it this morning. Like, what is her name? I didn't start with an M. Trust me, if I don't look it up online and put it out like M something where it pops up on my email, oh, okay, it's Madison. My memory's gone. Anyway, and we had one of the head guys from Legacy Ventures involved Diller. He came on for a few minutes, and we had the star of the show here on 30 minutes, and we talked about all kinds of things. So you tell them the rest of the story there, Superstar.
It was just a lot of fun. There's a lot of stuff I wanted to get to in the preliminary stuff before I got to the really good stuff. Well, by then the show was over, so the really good stuff. We'll have to do another time.
Absolutely. Well, so
Of course, if that delays, I'll forget what the good stuff was.
anyway, that's what we're just trying to do, is get the word out as many possible ways as we can. And so it was exciting. Everybody loved it. The lady who I work with Legacy asked, who can, and so she put on her head of restaurants for all the hotels and things like that. He was great. So I just usually ask questions about whatever. And then, you came on and Madison came on and talked about the county and what all there is to do there. So it was a nice show.
That makes it really easy because you got questions prepared in advance. So
Well, a lot of times I ask them to give me questions, so they know what, or I'll send it. Yeah, so they know what to ask. Get you ahead of time, so it is, and it moves quickly. I mean, before I had a 3-hour show on Saturday mornings. And I'm like, when I do this 1-hour show, how did I 3 hours? I mean, that is a lot. That's a lot of talking because it's the in and outs, keeping up with the time. Because you go to 12:15, 12:15, you have to be out at 11:59, So they go to the next one. Anyway, it's fun and exciting. Certainly we'll get you guys back on. Certainly we'll be able to promote whatever we're doing up here. Just what I'm, promote. So thank you very much for doing that. Did I send you the copy? If I didn't, I apologize.
I'm a little bit behind my email.
Okay.
It's not just.
Give me Debbie's phone number. I'll get you back up to date. So I think if I didn't, I apologize. I need to send it to everybody. It's just a clip of the whole show. I can't take out just your portion. But
that's if they were interested in the rest too.
Yeah, no, especially in this area. So if not, double check, or I can, I'll double check also.
Okay.
So I'd like to send it to everybody, and so you can hear, what was said.
Yes,
So
yes.
I gotta just learn how to not put the R in Greg. I mean, that's like Greg. Like, there's no R in there. I'm like, well, it is. There's an R, nobody cares. Woof. Right, nobody cares. It's like, yes, it is. There's no R in it. I get it. I understand. So anyway, that's what we got going on. A lot of, we've done a great job catching up and like I said, when you lose 4 or 5 months, it takes a little time to catch up, but we're doing good. I'm excited about where we're at. We're excited to come up here and do this. That's funny because I've done it from other people and I had no clue in that. I did go down and meet the new pro, just to say hello to him. Nice young man. And that's pretty much all I didn't let anybody talk to anybody. So I wanted to, go down there and meet him. Brandon, I believe, nice guy. So there we go. I'm sure.
Very good. Thank you again. Thanks, Jim, for volunteering, taking your time and being part of it. That's great.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Good
Conversations with people in our
Nearby.
and what their reaction was. Yeah, no, I was excited. I wasn't expecting to run into somebody, but I'm not scared of nobody. People say that they find that out real quick about Doug. I'm like, I'll say that all the time.
Well, let me give you a very good thank you for the report. I'm
Yes,
going
sir.
to just give you a very update on traveling. I'll give you as an itinerary. And again, I want to thank everyone that was involved. I thought it went over really well. Again, riding and saying Bill Tice, I want to resist Bill Tice. Bill again offered his accommodation free. If he had it, that really helped in this case and he was on the road. In terms of Friday morning, again, a tour. First thing we did, we toured, and you did an excellent job. I thought that really well. Thanks, Sharon. And then we at that time after the tour of this place, went out to Sky Valley. Lisa was here that headed that, and I thought that really well. Went around and skating off and just essentially trying to tell what's here, what's in Sky Valley, what are the things to do. I was really impressed. Asked a lot of questions about the Skinny Mountain, snow tubing and so forth. It was really interesting. And get you a highlight, but so many things to do. After that, I think it's a good job. We had lunch at the club, and I have to say the food, the lunch was good. Sandwiches were yummy. They really, you haven't been there, really up. Jack, to say, really, food was just really good. And then did a tour of the club by Ryan. Ryan was very good at 1 o'clock. He toured the club. I thought that went well. And then we went over the timeshare. You did an excellent job. in, going over, showing them the time, sure. They got a lot of questions in there. History, costs and so forth, how we went back and forth. Nice job. We were very impressed by that. And then we had croquet. I thought I'd have to say, go ahead. I visited croquet and you worked that out. And we had Beckert had helped out on that show. Beckert, they spent an hour or so playing, showing how to play croquet and so forth. Took a lot of photos on that.
Gail Clement, there's a lot of credit, like, there's a lot of guys who've done this stuff before.
Yeah,
We're gonna be out of town, including myself,
right.
and Dale says, hey, I read the thing, she focuses on women in golf and. Golf.
Yeah.
You just get some ladies out
Yeah,
there,
That was very smart, very smart.
So,
Excellent. We also overlooked the fact, we looked at a couple of properties, Cheryl Beckert and Howard, they volunteered to look at their house. Beautiful home.
You're
That was very, very, very thorough. We went back and forth, and then we had also Henry and Jan, president of the club, and they have a beautiful home. So we got a chance to see that. Two different contrasting styles of home. Very, both of them large, one more the traditional mountain, the other is very, very fine. So they were very impressed by that. Then dinner back at the club, and the dinner again, they joined us, the Beckerts and joined us, and it was really fine. Just couldn't ask for better service. And the red snap for everything was really top notch. And then Saturdays they played some golf, and I have to Harry, you were involved. Harry, you online? Thank you. They paired up with him. Harry, you're online? Yeah, I heard you did a job. And the other person, Jack, was not available.
I'm here. Thank you.
Okay.
Harry, thank you for sharing that. Tell us a little bit about,
They were very impressed with the golf course. They loved the whole area, of course, and we had a fine time. It was just couldn't have been better. Don Brown was very congenial and was a great addition to the four of us. The guy was a really good golfer, and he appreciated the condition of our course, and it was all good.
They said when I met with them, they're like every hole was its own picture.
Okay.
And they really were impressed.
Well, the press enough, they wanted to come back the following day. Tell us that. Actually went back when we played again. That was amazing. Right? Yeah, wow. Yeah, Harry, thank you. Yeah. Okay, let's go right into it. Forward Ribbon Marketing Board meeting report. Sharon, do you have any updates?
I do, but Madison's online, so I thought maybe she'd want to share.
Oh, there we go. Got the name right this time, Madison. There we go.
Right.
There, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Sometimes my microphone here is not great. So yeah, we've had a few marketing meetings. Our next one is coming up in a week or so. I was able to come up to the council meeting and kind of discuss specifically what we have planned for Sky Valley. But to really condense it down to make it digestible for you guys, we are completely 180ing the previous strategies of Forward Raven, which I would say was about 90% print, and whatever was digital was being ran through a third party. So rather than having like a newspaper in Atlanta run digital ads for us, we are rerouting to run our own specific digital ads. And the reason we're opting to do that is so we can get those analytics and demographic data directly into our hands about how these ads are performing. Because something I've noticed pretty consistently just since I took this job is that a lot of these digital ads that are ran through third party promise you these analytics, but they never actually come through and deliver them. So we have already started an online campaign where each city within the county is going to get their own set of digital advertising that's going to be ran through the Forward Raven account. And quarterly, I'm planning on taking that data and coming into the councils and reporting back to how those ads are working and recommendations of if we need to continue on the same type of advertising, like the same aesthetic, the same demographic targets, if it's performing good, or if we want to explore and try and get different markets. So we're expecting that first set of digital ads to launch in May. And then following that, once we get some more numbers, see how they're performing, do some A/B testing on those, we're also going to explore the idea of phase 2, which is going to be some video advertising, which performs super, super good. Video is definitely really dominant in the social media sense. And I have started some preliminary discussions with some TikTok influencers to come up and do video content and video reviews all over the county. So that's kind of where we're sitting right now.
Right. Any other comments?
No, she's doing a great job.
Thank you for the report. Okay, next item, the time shares, Sun Valley update. And of course, after our meeting here, we're going to meet, of course, going to go and look at some numbers. Update is not Daniel.
The clay courts or clay court number 1 is completely finished. It's ready for anybody that wants to use the clay courts. They're ready. The second court is about ready. The rain will stop. So we're hoping that this weekend we'll have that one completely done. We also got new equipment in our fitness room. Last Friday they installed it, so you guys need to go by and check that out. It's really, really good. And I hope that everybody can enjoy it.
We're part of their payment for use of our facilities for the year was that reinvested in the fitness room. It's a state of the art fitness room now. Anybody that is into that, which I'm not, will appreciate it.
Good.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I don't know what I was gonna say. Go ahead.
One thing I wanted to bring out is as a result of a change with the timeshares board, we've decided to modify our rental situation. In the past, we've only rented units that were not owned by someone, that were association owned. Now, during the next year, we're going to offer owners the opportunity, if they're not able to use their units, to put them on the rental list. And that will make more time available for rentals, which I think will be a big plus, because we have a hard time satisfying rentals during the busiest time of our, in the summertime, and
You stay full.
we stay full with our owners mostly, but
Right.
even during that period of time, some owners choose not to come for whatever reason. And if they know that ahead and won't do the, put their name on the list, and then that would be available where normally they wouldn't be.
What percent is association owned versus?
It varies from, we have 11 different associations within timeshares. And we go anywhere from about 30% occupancy up to about 60%. Got a lot of association owned units. We hope that by changing our policy on rentals, we're going to encourage more people to stay with us than pass it and be back, because they can, even if they can't use a unit, they can still benefit from it.
How do they benefit from it?
Part of the program is 60% of whatever they receive in rentals will go towards their next year's maintenance.
That's very good.
We're not paying money out for them to rent
Okay.
their units, but at the same time, they will get a benefit.
Yes.
And that's a big plus, especially, you have people who are aging out and they can't use their units anymore for one reason or another. So, they continue paying their maintenance fees, can't use it. Well, this way they can get their maintenance fees covered for a good benefit and still keep the unit. They'll make some money for the associations as well. We have a lot had a lot of details to work out as to how it's gonna work, because, you know, there's all kinds of things to consider. But I think we've covered them. And I think it's gonna be a good plus. Yeah.
What percentage of units are from the association?
Well, that's what I was saying, depending on which association, but,
Across the.
most of the associations, about half. Yeah, which, we wish it were much higher than that, but, over time, we've lost. Yeah. Getting new owners are difficult, you know, a lot of the new sales we get are as a result of referrals from owners now. You know, they bring family, they friends, whatever, they refer them, and we get some sales out of that, but, demographic has changed from when timeshare started. A lot of bad publicity, and on the other side, younger people tend to want to go different places all the time. They don't want to go to the same place every year. So
The
that's
younger people have commitment issues.
right.
They don't want to.
To be honest, yeah, to be honest, timeshares are not necessarily an asset, they're a liability, because you got that continuing every year maintenance fee to pay. So a lot of people don't want to get involved because of that. But we are making sales. They're slow. We would like them to be better. And hopefully if we can get more people to rent, they come, they see what it's all about, they say, yeah, I'd like to come back here again. And the fact that if they can't come, they can rent it out.
Yeah, that's your.
Yeah, I like that.
Or if they can't come and they don't rent it out, we allow them to swap at a different time if we have it available. If
Right.
that makes sense.
Yeah, okay, good.
We try to work with them as much as we can.
Yeah, and a lot of our owners don't realize that. They call us, well, I can't come that week. Well, okay, when can you go? Okay, we've got something available. And we try to work that for them. What units are we going to do today, or units?
We have 5 units that we're gonna be looking at.
Cool. Right.
There, we touched a little bit of everything, 2-bedroom with a loft, 1-bedroom, 2 bedrooms. You know, see a little bit.
We've got a 1-bedroom loft as well.
Yeah. What do they cost?
It ranges, usually the maintenance fee plus $100. It's anything, basically, it's less than $1,000.
Back in the 1980s, when it was going well,
Right.
units sold anywhere from $5,000 and up, plus the maintenance fees. Well, over time, we've had to reduce the cost for the sales. Right now, you know, we just not give away for free maintenance fees.
Yeah.
But that is what keeps us going, you know, there is a certain amount of expense, happens every year, you know, you've got repairs that need to be done, new appliances, new furniture, or whatever, things have to be changed out. You know, the maintenance fees is what pays for it.
If I was strictly an investor, would it be worthwhile for me to buy a unit?
If you're able to handle, if you're able to do your own rentals, it would be more beneficial as an investment. We do our best at trying to satisfy rental requirements, but like I said, if you know what's available, you can say, if you own units during the prime period, you can pretty well depend on being able to rent those units out. Okay. You stay on top of it.
Yeah, we're already starting to get full
Yeah.
now. This
Yeah.
weekend, I'm pretty sure I'll pack when I remember.
As soon as the first of May rolls around, we start getting, you know, we open our pool and everything, so we start getting more people coming in from about now to what,
October.
end of October, yeah, after the league change.
Are we ready to market this strictly timeshares now? That's what we've been waiting on.
We're still working on improvements. It is a slow process because, you know, in addition to the normal maintenance that has to be done, you've got to come up with money to take care of those things. And
It's not just that, it's availability.
Yeah,
so.
we
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that, I I'll get
To
that
get
far.
into a unit for a week to do a major update or whatever, you gotta have the unit empty.
Get that too. So that's one thing, we've been working on here for what, a couple of years now, and we've been wanting to see units for over a year, probably just to see how we are, so we feel comfortable that.
Some associations are doing a better job of making the improvements than others. The Cypress Point, we're gonna look at one of the units in Cypress Point. They have recently redone all of their flooring in the units with the premium vinyl flooring.
Painted bathrooms, painted laundry
Painted, yeah.
rooms.
They've done all kinds of
New
upgrades and improvements, yeah.
It's already got paint on it.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
They changed out blinds, taking down drapes and put up nice blinds, and it just makes the units look much better. One of the units we're gonna look at is in Glen Abbey, which is my association, and I'm actually staying this week. But I went into both the upstairs units and put in brand new chandeliers. They had wagon wheel chandeliers that had been there for 60 years and looked terrible. Now
Good old wagon move.
they're modern, and they have dimmable bulbs and a dimmer switch and
1,000 light bulbs.
and 24 bulbs in each fixture.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're telling me we probably still need to not do anything, because what I'm saying is, we're promoting Sky Valley, but I've also told y'all in the past, and talked to Kim, that we want to promote Sky Valley timeshares.
Right.
And just because we promoted today, don't mean they call you tomorrow.
Right.
So it takes time to build that up.
Well,
So there's real estate people
you
understand
understand
that.
that side. You all have to also understand our side is that it takes time.
Yeah.
And it is not only the time required to get the updates done, and in some cases, we have to go to outside contractors to get it done. We've got a limited number of maintenance people, so, taking care of the day-to-day things, they don't have a lot of time to spend on major projects.
All right, well, we'll keep
But we're working on it. It is improving, and we're making a serious effort.
That's always good.
Okay, Danielle? Great, so maybe after, we'll follow you, right?
Right.
Okay, great. Thank
Yeah,
you.
we've got 5 units that
Fantastic.
represent a
Very
variety
good.
of sizes
Well,
All right.
thank y'all for that.
configurations.
Okay, we'll go on to the next item. Thank you, Skyline QOA update, Grace, anything bad?
I have not spent any money yet. I was kind of, the way things went, I was kind of holding off. I didn't want to spend that money in case anything happened. So I've got the Purple Heart stamps ordered. Apparently they're not stocking them in Dillon anymore, so, and I will get with the printer and get the letter out, made, so. And then we're getting ready to rev up. We start in the first meetings in June. Our first pancake breakfast is the end of this month, so.
Okay.
We'll be going full speed.
Great.
You have to attend when you can take breakfast. I'd love to.
And $3 that we made, just charity, so you better get up there.
The problem is this on Saturday, and I'm always.
Leaving.
Yeah.
Is it the 23rd, Chris?
It's a great institution, it's a lot of fun, it's a great way to meet people.
Yes, yes.
Okay, the next item is the North Carolina neighborhood newspaper that might include articles on Sky Valley. Kathy.
Hey, good morning, or afternoon, whatever, here we are. So I did reach out to the Appen group. They have neighborhood newspapers that are distributed throughout the metro area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different cities, Alpharetta, Sandy Springs, Forsyth County, so forth. They're sent out to property owners, no renters, no apartments, anything like that. And I have distribution numbers and pricing and so forth. Because it's a neighborhood geared paper, they weren't going, they wouldn't do like a feature article on Sky Valley just because it's not in their market, However, they have a plan, a program where if you do some advertising in there, you get an editorial piece as well. And I can share with y'all all these kinds of numbers. But if you do a full page ad, for example, let's say it comes out weekly, let's say you did a full page ad in the Alpharetta paper, it's probably the most expensive, but anyway, $900. So with that, you get a 500-word editorial and a photograph. So, I mean, there are different, you know, you could do half, quarter page and you get smaller amounts, but their editorial pieces are tied to advertising. I was talking to somebody again with the Dawsonville neighbor who does a magazine similar to this. She's got more of a magazine, but again, they got restrictions where they've got to deal with stories in their own market area. So with that being said, all the work being done at the Raven papers is, you know, that's where we're going to get our free editorial, I would say. But I have all of this here, examples of papers, pricing, and so forth and so on. I know that digital is taking over. People do love these papers because it lets them know all the community events going on in the different little cities in North Metro. So sometimes just the subliminal, hey, I see Sky Valley in here, like, you know, every quarter or something like that. You know, that's how branding works. You just keep seeing it. I guess what Madison was talking about on the digital work out of Raven, they're going to be doing sponsored advertising on like Facebook and things like that. Is that right? That stuff's great. You know, there's a whole lot of conversation about spending your dollar on intentional marketing where somebody is looking for a resort or something like that, and then just stuff it's got a name, I think it's interruptive, you know, it kind of just, oh, I was looking at this and now this dang ad came up. So, I mean, there's a lot of conversation out there in the marketing space about how to do that. YouTube, I tell you, is a big player. It is one of the largest, I mean, it's bigger than Google as far as a search engine. And I don't know if you've got a minute to do a YouTube, you know, page channel about Sky Valley that could, you know, just add on some storytelling about the falls or fishing or the grades and so forth. It's free. YouTube is free. And
The key is
get the content.
Priority up to a level where
Right.
somebody does a search,
Right.
it comes up.
And the worse, you're getting the higher search level if you have a longer story, like 10 minutes or longer in terms of video.
There's definitely an art to
There.
figuring out how to get yourself to the top of the
Well,
search.
and I've done some studying on that and everything, I'm not saying. But anyway, that is maybe something to consider, it's a free component. If somebody's searching golf course, communities, fishing, you know, resorts, stuff, whatever in North Georgia, see why Sky Valley isn't in there. But anyway, so that's the story on the paper positioning potential.
And circulation.
Yeah.
Because how many of them are there?
They broke it down by the week. They publish every Thursday. Alpharetta is 28,000, Johns Creek 20, Dunwoody 18. So, you know, these are going to property owners in these places. So those are, we also get preferred pricing because I'm with Berkshire Hathaway. We're getting Berkshire Hathaway pricing because the real estate community is in there consistently. And this comes out, well, once a month, they have a feature in there about real, the old print. And once a month, and they have examples of this. Once a month, they do a whole real estate section. So that would be placement I would think that we would want to be in if we do anything. So anyway, there's some examples of the different cities, the pricing and so forth and so on.
Just looking at it, it's something, look at it, and it says, yeah, printed ad, we thought, well, yeah, printed ads went down, but at the local level.
Well, again, like, once a quarter, if you're in that weekly, the monthly, I think it's the fourth Thursday of every month is the real estate centric.
Yes.
It's a separate little flyer in it, if you will, little section. And if I don't know, if it was something you did, there's just some consistency there, and you see just a half page or whatever it is, once a month, and you pick 2 of those municipalities to go in.
Yeah.
You just start to see it, and people love these magazines. Again, this tells them what's going on in their community.
Yeah, do it in Dawsonville, and you look forward to it.
Exactly.
That's what we look at, that's what
Exactly.
It might be a simple thing like, what's the restaurant score? They rate little thing on, but little things like that, yeah.
Well, it's there to consider, and we do have some preferred pricing, like you said, just because we, in the real estate world, spend a lot of money in these things. We all realize that it's all digital too, but there's still that element of consistency and branding.
I think we're taking a target area like Elk Red,
Right.
high income
Yes.
area, and we're looking at, Jim, you said it before, in terms of real estate, you gotta go for it, first of all, because people from up there hopefully have it.
Right.
Is this
And
something?
I think it's probably easier to sell.
You put something there, you get them lights.
Yeah.
People look online and then after.
Right. Well, the proximity, is just, it's easy. It's easy to do. We have several in our QA regular come out road. This is the second home. Oh, yeah, one of those, right,
Yes.
So that's
right.
definitely.
That's I mean, our market is definitely Florida too. I mean, y'all probably know that. I would say, but still there's a lot of Atlanta that comes up to these
Absolutely.
foothills, like Ray Bend, Sky Valley, Highlands. It's full of Atlantans. So,
To me, this is something to look at, let's say possibly run an ad. Comments on it. We're gonna take select community and try it out.
yeah, you got the pricing in there. You can look and look at the quality and so forth. What are your thoughts on?
Thoughts on
that?
this?
Start advertising.
Certainly doing one, not doing.
Right, exactly. You gotta commit to
Yeah,
something.
this is one of those things they gotta continue to see, which I think these are great.
Yeah.
But over time, it can be a lot of money.
Yeah. So once.
Doing one or two, how much you were doing a back page, whatever, blows everybody away. I agree with that, with demographics, definitely. North Atlanta.
Right.
So,
What do you got, Jack?
It takes us back to that age-old question, Gordon, I think. And we're still trying to wrap our arms around it. Where is our call? I mean, where should our emphasis be?
Yes.
Is it South Georgia? Is it in the Gulf Coast and Louisiana area? We've had a lot of visitors from that area, people coming and relocating. Is it Central? We know Central Florida. We're attracted to Central Florida. But I mean, I think as a committee, maybe go back to our mission statement to some degree, which I know is on the table, is really where should, given our limited resources,
Right.
Yes.
where should our emphasis be?
Yes.
Put your money where.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's, Atlanta's always going to be an area where people can, it's only a couple hours away.
Yes. Right.
But I know certain areas.
And I think
Just a second.
this hits that tier
Yeah, sure.
of income earners.
Like north, crescent.
Go ahead, Madison.
Hey, I just wanted to let you guys know, with what you guys are discussing with them, like the areas and the geographical areas, through the digital advertising we're going to be able to do, I'm going to be able to get you guys those specific areas that are going to perform well for you guys. So we're doing a very wide net of Tennessee, the Carolinas, the Gulf, Florida, things like that. So whenever we run those ads, I'll be able to give you guys what your best performing locations the digital ads are running. So that way you guys could make more confident decisions in where you want to use print after that. I just wanted to throw that out there for y'all to consider with like these newspapers and things like that. In a few months, I'll be able to give you answers about what areas interact with Sky Valley's advertising the most, to help you guys make that informed decision. That's, I just wanted to throw that out there for you guys.
Yeah, and we're very interested in coordinating with you.
Yes. So Madison, could we take a geographical zip code, say within an area of Alpharetta? And say, could you do that? Can you focus in two areas to that one area? Usually your project.
Everything,
Yeah,
age, yeah.
yeah, age. And,
Yeah.
yes, is that possible or down the road where you could do that? Wow.
Yes, totally possible. And just so you guys know, like with digital advertising, it's not like we're making a Facebook post. That's completely separate. So when I go on to upload these posts with video or photo or anything like that, I actually go in and I say, I want these zip codes in Atlanta exposed. I want these zip codes in Greenville, these zip codes in Asheville. And we only pay for those ads if people click on them. So it's going to get a wide net cast. And then we pay for the ad once people click them. And by clicking them, we agree to get their information. So I'll be able to say, hey, if you guys, are looking at somewhere like Alpharetta, this is the percentage of people that are interacting with your digital ads in Alpharetta. And if you guys have a specific location outside of the net that I'm casting that you want, then just tell me and we can change where we cast the net. And that's one of the huge positives of digital is I can do that within a day. If we see, oh, this isn't performing good, I can take it off. We don't have to let the ads run a month at a time, 2 months at a time. I can change them within 24 hours and relocate the ads to where they're going to perform better.
And you can get, with Texas, always one of theirs, we'll talk later on, is measurement. So is it something you can measure? We give a response.
Yes.
You can get
Yeah.
responses.
That's right.
Yes.
You can digitally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But I just out of my league, but I do think maybe exploring a YouTube channel for
Okay.
Sky Valley would be something to do.
Which we have a YouTube channel for the city. That's where all of our
Okay.
meetings are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well,
it's not a tourism, but we do have some YouTube ads we've used before.
okay.
Are you able to do video editing,
No.
cutting and slicing? No.
Mm-mm. And I mean, we're a committee. That's kind of the whole point. We work as a whole and see what we can pull in as resources or whatever. And we've talked about that before. But I think before we do all of that, we wait and see what she finds out, where we even want to go.
Yeah. I think that's
Great.
great.
Thank you on that. Thank you again, Mr. for your information. So I do like to print it. Well, look at the options. We got limited resources working to get the best return for our buck. And good. Okay, the next item will be, if we're ready, again, always at a time, showcasing Sky Valley to real estate agents. Lisa's not here. Kathy, maybe you can, I know you had.
I did. I called
Okay.
the players around the Raymond County that are doing the work here. And I spoke with most all of the brokers. And I told them about our idea of trying to maybe have a kind of a revisit to Sky Valley and a broker luncheon. And I got a head count of all of them. Berkshire Hathaway has 8 agents. Scott Haas has 28. Chip is the solo act. Sotheby's kind of retuning with Harry Norman's and all. They have 13. Southern Properties 5. Keller Williams 4, Remax 8. So there was like 67 agents Okay, so you're not gonna get 67 people here, but everybody I spoke to was like, I think that's a great idea. Timing wise, we talked about, it'd have to be darn quick before school got out or wait till the fall. Because summer, it's just, people are busy, you know, they're on vacation, kids are camp. You know, people think summer's the best time to sell a house, but it's really not. So we all talked about something before the end of May or fall. Okay, and so those were time-wise, the opportune things, but I got good reaction, good response. And I looked back and I look, there's 19 active listings in here right now. Scott or Paws has 10. Chip Durko has 4. Berkshire Hathaway has 2. And then there were a couple, you know, little few random ones. So then the other part, you know, in my world, doing broker opens and things like that, I always try to give them something, feed them, give them something. And so the thoughts on that could maybe be a round of golf, a night at a timeshare, you know, I don't know, you know, something along those lines as far as a giveaway. So none of these are tied into viewing of any properties, but that can be another element to it. Come for lunch, see a couple of houses that are on the market, if those agents are, you know, okay with that, and then there's a giveaway. So anyway, the bottom line is I spoke with all the brokers. They all sounded very encouraging about doing it. You might get, you know, we could be really pleased to get 20 people. So it's not like you're gonna have to feed 50 people, I don't think. So
the interest, thank you. So the interest is, they had lunch, and then, of course, we tell them about Sky Valley, right? We have the
Yeah.
City, it would be a meeting, maybe an hour or so.
Right.
And you-
Tell them a little about the city, you'll tell them about the timeshares,
Yeah.
tell them about the club, just a little blips, and then
and then
just to make everybody aware of everything.
Yes, right,
That it's not just homes, there's a lot else to do.
right.
in the
And possibly
community.
show some of that.
Yeah,
Comments on
so-
that, all great, so.
I don't think we could pull it off, put it into May.
No.
No, no way. Yeah, fall, yeah.
So is this something, committee, you like the idea,
Yeah, I think we need to keep continuing to explore new ideas like this. And, you know, I mean, we got people up here in the summer.
Right.
That's when,
Right,
that's the season we have to sell.
right,
Well, things don't close until late fall.
right. But just in terms of trying to get agents here, I mean, it would have
Oh.
been great if we could have kind of planned it for May, and then we're set up for summer time, and because people love to buy houses in the, you know, resort probably might even sell better in the summer. But it, you know, in my market in Atlanta, people are doing their home buying earlier in the year and then they're vacationing in the summer. But anyway, yeah, there's no way to pull it off in May. But, you know, it's just setting the seed. I mean, a lot of what we do, you know, when you do a radio show, that doesn't mean 5 people show up the next day. It is just layering everything out there. And so, you know, the agent community, just so they know we're the deal up here.
very good. I think in terms of timing, I was talking to Ryan, the manager at the club, and he was a little bit about it, like the idea is that maybe, Tuesday, Wednesday, or is there an area of time wise?
Tuesdays are usually meeting days, so it would be a Tuesday from like to 12 to 2 or something, you know, 11 to 2. And it could be, I'm not talking, you know, steak and lobster, you know, sandwiches, salads, you know, something like that, easy quiche, something like that.
Okay, they come out great.
Mhm.
I do-
Hopefully the road work isn't real bad that day.
Oh, my.
Right.
So we better give them 3 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours, and started something great. I think I'm excited about it, so obviously we'll do it in the fall, time wise. And we're looking at cost wise, I'll just 30, the max 30, you're thinking?
I would say the max on that. and they all, like I said, they were all like, here's my email. You just send me something, you know, we produce a flyer. You send me something when you're doing it. This sounds great. I'll promote it in the office.
So the agents from this area or anyone from Atlanta or what?
No, this is all just Reagan County.
Just Reagan County.
Right.
Would we want to?
Now, I didn't even think about asking, you know, any Highlands people or anything.
Comments about reaching out? No. Reaching out to these areas?
Since we have not done this before. would
I think
say
we start in our home
Yeah,
days.
okay. Reagan County.
I mean, I'm certainly happy to, because I am with the Highlands Berkshire Hathaway office. I mean, I'd be happy if y'all think that's the right thing to do, to invite them and see if we can get a head count from them as well.
In the past, Highlands property guys, you know, hired,
Yeah.
now ours is boom. Are we still a bargain or?
Absolutely, 100%, no doubt. I don't know how more emphatic I can be on that.
Okay,
Yeah. You get a lot more house here than, you know.
okay.
Yes.
So
I just point out the club is marketing more up there too, because the initiation fees for
Oh,
all.
yeah,
have gone
unbelievable.
down.
And
And we're such a good deal and we're close enough, people can come down
yeah,
and play golf.
And the other thing is they close for the winter all the
Yeah.
time.
Well,
And we've got beautiful, you know, weather at times, you know, to play through the winter. So I have talked to, I don't know who I spoke with, but anyway. A lot of people are from Highlands are flying into the club, I've heard.
yeah.
So,
Tony, I want to reach out to any of the like Highlands or anything or agents in that area. You just want to keep it really county.
What if we started in Raven County and then see how it goes, see what our participation
Right.
is? And
Yeah.
then with an open door in
yeah,
terms of
Okay.
maybe expand.
right,
My sense is a lot of people go to Highlands and, you know, it's fun to visit, but then you start thinking about living there and traffic going through downtown and everything. And then you come to Sky Valley and you come into the bubble.
yeah, right,
And whoa, dude.
Right,
This
right.
is the place for me.
Very good. So date wise, looking for what, 20? Thank you for that. I think there's something we'll look at costs and I'll approach. I'll go ahead and approach Ryan and see if we had a nice lunch. We thought the lunch would be typically what? Sandwiches or something like that. and drinks.
They got the salad bar
The
now,
salad
so.
bar.
We do have the salad bar too already.
And in that way, you're not like over purchasing your food if you don't have a good showing, you know what I mean? So, and throw in one of Becky's desserts, that would do it.
Okay, that's,
So,
okay.
anyway,
And then
So,
some
yeah,
kind of
just-
a prize. Okay,
yeah,
great.
as we do that, I mean, we would only need to start reaching out to them maybe, you know, 3 or 4 weeks early.
Yeah.
They don't hold that in their mind any longer than that, so.
Give me a date and I'll reach out to Ryan. So we're
Okay.
looking at, what would be late fall? What are we talking about date? Let's look at a date and I'll just.
Do early fall, give you as much time.
Yes, I would do, as soon as school. gets
Right after
out,
Labor
first
Day.
part of September,
Right after Labor Day.
yes,
So
absolutely.
Okay. What date?
gives you more time for people to come up before it gets 20 degrees.
When is Labor Day?
What's the date on that? I'll approach Brian.
How about September 15th is a Tuesday? September 15th is a Tuesday. It's a council meeting, but it's that evening.
There you go, my girl.
The
Okay.
8th or the
Is
15th?
that a
15th.
Tuesday?
Uh-huh.
Tuesday, September 15th?
It's a good day, remember?
Is that okay? I'll look at it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't see, I mean,
Because they'll be here for you know.
Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, great. I will go ahead and I'll approach Ryan on it and I'll get an idea of cost. And we'll
okay,
look at this the next meeting.
and we're saying like 11 to, or 11 to 2,
11
something
to
like
2.
that.
11 to 2 and then possibly somewhere to see you. Okay, 11 to 2?
And then, you know, like you say, the city talks, the club talks,
Yes.
the
Sure,
timeshares.
Tom. Right.
all- Okay.
You could do that since you do it. 3 hours?
Yeah.
Good. Jack, comments on it?
I like it.
Great, great. Thank you, very good. Thank you for that.
You bet. And I'll let everybody, I'll just reach out to everybody and say, thanks, we had our meeting,
Yeah,
we see you
good,
in
good.
September.
Very
Sounds
good, excellent.
And I think it's important with somebody like Kathy, that she knows a lot of the realtors, she can promote this. too.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's gonna take to get it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you may end up with 10 people. You know, everybody says it's a great idea, but they need to get it on their calendar, the follow-up, I think.
Uh,
It will be important.
Yeah, very good, great, fantastic, thank you, Julie, doing good,
Well-
appreciate it.
Sharon, can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm listening in, I'm driving, and you're all are doing a great job. I was going to suggest as well that maybe you speak to some of the clubs in the city to ask them to come and speak, you know, the Literati and the Garden Club, just so that they know there are activities as well.
I think that's good.
Yeah, what she said.
Garden club, different activities,
Right.
the card playing, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
just at
The
the
city was-
picture.
Yeah, I hope, Mayor, that you would be there and you could, you know, speak, yes, yes. Very good. Thank you. Okay, let's go right now. I know we're, lots to talk about. Let's go into the gym about the hotel.
Okay. You got these things ready to go for you. Couple glasses.
There we go. This is a draft. Yeah,
All right.
we're not, we're typed out and distributed digitally. And then I think some other things that may not be in here will become more apparent.
Did you have an extra one?
Yeah, basically, this was the destination marketing services agreement for Hateful, which is down near the airport and it related to the airport district. And so their scale is much larger organization. Their budget was $400,000 just to start with. Do that. And, you know, we're a much smaller organization. So basically, I tried to take out the things that that don't really apply to us. You know, the hotel people down there are really important.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have a hotel.
Right.
So that's gone. And there's some legal stuff and, you know, it's almost looked like this is set up to be an adversarial thing between guys paying for it and guys producing. And we're really joined with the city. So,
Yeah.
you know, our neighbors are our friends. It's not business entities. Well, but you know, I toned it down for Sky Valley. And anything I crossed out, I don't support. In other places I modified language. But I would hoping that Sharon, you could get this typed up and distributed so that we can really start, you know, fine tuning it. Without everybody having to slog through.
Good thing you write small.
That's in there. I know you care about it.
So the behind us here is, the concept behind it is that, you can explain what, we're looking at this, sign the contract.
Is, and I'm trying to get it reflected in here, is to recast a destination marketing agreement that basically mirrors what we're doing right now. And then we can move on from there. Perhaps in the future, we'll have a bigger reach. We'll have more confidence that we can spend money well, and we would want that what we're getting, what we're proposing to fund 80% of our budget through the process. At the same time, I think it's important that each of our individual organizations contributes independently perhaps instead of 5,000, we can cut it to 1,000. Because if we're gonna maintain our structure of our members consisting of folks representing our 4 members, then we gotta have some skin in it. And if,
Right.
you know, there've been proposals that, you know, have merit, but also have problems of, you know, inclusiveness.
The hotel motel tax be a much larger amount. Normally contribute individual membership entities.
Yeah. And, you know,
So
I
it gives
know,
us a bigger budget to work with.
yeah, I'm a former treasurer of DOA, and I know how they've been funding it out of basically reserves and set aside for important things, and this is an important thing. Sometimes it's hard to come up with 5,000 at a time, as the club show. So we need this to be sustainable. We need, I'm hoping they'll make the funding process more automatic in the future. So that we can keep our mind on business rather than getting funded each year.
Yeah, read the statute, Jim, but, how are you defining hotels and motels? This kind of,
Well, the hotel motel tax applies primarily to to Airbnbs and things like that. I don't know, do you, when you
Yes,
timeshare
yes,
stay
yes.
into it, if Ryan's hotel gets off the ground, then we'll have that. That probably boosts it.
and Sky Valley would then need to qualify as, in other words, form a 501c6.
Well, we don't need the hotel to qualify for that. Doug has given us this one as a, and basically, that was that, you know, we're promoting tourism, so that we can
To qualify.
get qualified buyers for, you know.
He's talking about Doug Kidd, our city attorney.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
yes.
Good.
Doug Kidd.
Good.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You gave me a little more brain. It's always nice to be smart.
This is different than the article that I just saw, like, paper,
Yeah, this is,
what is all that?
That is the city's contribution to the current designated economic development hotel receiver, which is for Raven.
Okay,
right.
and then Raven's gonna promote, I mean.
Well, Madison is on the call now, but that's what those contributions go for, is for Raven is currently the city's designated tourism marketing entity.
Got it,
So they-
got it, okay.
And by law, we are required to give a certain percentage of the hotel motel to a designated entity. And Fort Raven is the designated.
So what was the total last year? 140? What was the total amount of the total collections for the motel tax?
There's about 100,000 more.
100,000
Give or take.
and about 45% or something. Was it?
We just got that check, I think it was around 43,000, something like that, and then the rest of that, 57, give or take, goes into general
That
fund.
goes in general
With
fund.
operational costs.
So 45, that goes into the forward rated, right? And so the question is, you got Madison is, do we take, now we're just looking at issue there. Do we take a portion of that, obviously go up and then fund our local and still fund forward rated? We're not talking about forward rated, but I'm thinking, can we get a little niche
For sure.
and take some of that out and do our out of that fund?
Right.
Does that make sense?
That's
So, and obviously you'll see that going up, but there's a percentage, whatever it is, so 45,000, we thought our budget was 25, roughly this year. Looking at it, as I'm looking at, is there a way of somehow getting part of that? We don't, it's just, we're exploring that right now, so it is an issue for us of trying to get budget. It is, we gotta go to the city and every one of the timeshares, we're all, money's tight. So if this thing, we realize the value of marketing, so is there another stream of revenue that will help us, right?
And basically, we're asking
That-
for $70,000 out of next year's 45.
Okay.
And so basically, we're sticking with the 5,000 for organization. 4,000 of that is gonna come from the hotel motel tax, and then I make 17 by adding the $1,000 that the city would be, because, you know, you do it one check, do it one time. And, you know, it also includes an annual automatic renewal. Under some terms, we did the previous year. And, you know, I'm not wedded to any one of these points. This is just where I started. And start with what we know and start with the funding level that we know how to spend. And I think we're really connecting with these articles. I mean, that's a real niche that most people aren't gonna have. It gives us a benefit, right? And when you start doing all these other things, as we figure out how to do them, I think we have, you know.
So you've already signed a
Real
contract.
traction.
I understand the city has signed a contract now, this will extend through April next year, maybe you can. Now that,
Typically, it is from April to April, and we just signed the agreement. And we paid full agreement, I believe, last week, or last when we had council meetings, so that will take us until next year.
so Jim, the next step is you want to update this for a meeting, I guess. It'd be-
Yeah, but so people don't have to slog through.
Right.
I wanted everybody to see it.
This will be the first step.
Hope you're interested.
Yes,
in
yes.
Got it.
Can you send me a clean
Yeah, you
copy?
have an editable.
I can convert it, but can you send me one without all this? Just a digital copy?
Oh.
But I don't want it paper, digital.
Yes.
Yes,
They can.
Good.
because that's a lot to retype.
Yeah, I did this half
On top of everything else, we got big stuff going.
You sound like you're volunteering.
No, I think you volunteered me.
She is not volunteering for anything else. Or y'all gotta come up with more money.
Yeah, well, actually, look, Jan, comments on this, I agree what we're doing, this is the first step, then updating this.
Yeah.
Yes, and I would have this ready by the next meeting, just to look at it.
Yeah, I would think that
You got, less than 30 days.
Well, we've got a lot. I mean, I'm not saying that, no, but I am off a week, but we are heavy in the middle of the 4th of July
Yeah,
celebrations.
okay.
We got meetings, 3 to 4 committee meetings a week.
convert my clean copy into a digital thing that I can edit. I'll do it.
Well, I'll try. Yeah, if you send it to me, we'll go from there for sure.
Cool.
We have time.
And I'm not saying I can't, but I just don't know. There's a lot.
Next, we'll look at next meeting, the week after, so we have a little time to work.
Yeah,
on it.
This, one thing I want to ask about this, just a clarification. The city attorney provided this template draft.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some legal realities that have to be addressed.
yes, I'm sure.
Is the marketing committee, and I'm not saying you gotta use Mr. Kidd, but we can't
That's
allocate,
okay.
we can't allocate
Yeah.
city funds, is the marketing committee prepared to pay $100 an hour? And Mr. Kidd's fees.
Those are good questions.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, and we have some money there, that's a good question.
Well, my question is, what do we think we can do better than Forward Raven? You just don't want the funding to come from our
Well, it's
entities?
a funding. Yeah, forward rating, it's not, it's just a funding issue.
Yeah.
It's a funding issue.
We know Scott Valley better.
That's true.
And we're here to get the photos and, you know, so, yeah, I think we have an edge that we can.
But I'm talking about getting it out.
But the biggest primary reason is, yeah, besides that, is the funding.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how long I'm gonna be here.
Okay.
I mean, it's just something to think about.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, should we put that on the bottom list here?
Well, I mean, I'm just
Sure.
thinking if there is a different person, which
Yeah.
they may be, way good at some of this stuff.
That's it.
But just putting that out there, if you're looking at changing, basically nothing's changing except the funding, right? But if we give 45,000 to them, this has always been my concern. They have a much bigger draw than we
Sure.
do. We
Right.
have the pictures, the knowledge, but truthfully, do we know how to put it out there the right way?
No, I'm hoping.
I mean-
We're gonna learn something about the digital side of things
Mhm.
from this new direction before Raymond.
Yes.
Going.
But she does that.
And-
All we do
right.
is learn from it.
If we could do complementary efforts,
Yeah.
that's great. If they're advertising at baseball games and we're advertising in Alpharetta, I see that as complementary. But we don't want to be duplicative.
You
Right,
brought-
I
you
believe
brought up
that.
Some very good points, so, let's kick this down to the next meeting and discuss it again, and what it is, but the idea is funding, you brought up some great ideas. If you're not here, who else to do it, so obviously, it's a big issue. So, let's continue this, next meeting, we gotta wrap it up. Jim, can you? Yes, thank you. Okay, here's Arkansas Community mission statement. Let's look at Arkansas Community mission statement. And I'm going to look at this and then. Pass the rest down. Jack, you got a chance to look at it. So we've been asked, and we can repeat from the last meeting, we've been asked that we have a formal mission statement and a cardinal goals. And I want you to go back, and I looked at it from our last meeting, different things we do, and I looked at update from Chat GPT. What can we do in terms of a formal statement, mission statement for the marketing committee? And then how can we measure how well the committee's doing? Are we spending $5,000 POA? Are they getting their bucks worth from it? Or timeshare? It's or the city. They want to have answers. They want to have, what's your pay? If you spend money, you want to see return. What's the return? So we're spending a lot of time on it, but they want to see return, which is, and they want it openly. So looking at this, let's look at, first of all, I looked at different ideas. Let's down here, update chat. Look at that mission statement, look at it. And then I want to see what it is that will do it. What do you think of that? I sort of like it, but how do we add or edit it? Do what you want. This should be something.
Now, I'm particularly interested in measurable marketing goals. And I think
Let's just talk about the first of all, the mission. Let's look at the mission and I'll look at the marketing goals. We got two sections. Let's look at the mission. The Sky Valley Marketing Committee is dedicated to promoting our community's natural beauty, welcoming spirit, and unique mountain lifestyle. We strive to support local businesses, attract visitors, and enhance economic vitality while preserving the charm, environment, close-knit community that makes Sky Valley such a special place to live and visit.
Nice.
How do we do that? And that's essentially the mission. What can we add or change? This comes from chat, which they put this together in 10 minutes, and I spent a lot of time in 5 minutes. So if you had things you want to look at it, or if you want to add it, Jack, what do you think of it overall? Yes, the reason back to, I was talking to Doris, we had a very hearty discussion about missions of Sky Valley, their ideas. The reason we had marketing committee was back in 2020, the real estate was in a mess. 70 some homes. And so it was city POA is the one that got it going, in terms of the city. They wanted to see homes sold. Now, you can't say in Mission, I want to sell a home. We know, how do you sell those homes? You have to have people up here and see the wonderful thing. So really, the overall objective is to maintain property values and sell property. That's the overall goal, but it's, our mission is what? So the two are different areas, so comments on that, mission,
I would say attract first-time visitors.
okay?
I
What
think
would it-
recreational activities are good for us. You've
Okay.
got,
Okay,
you've got your hiking trail, you've got your waterfall, Raven County being a waterfall capital of Georgia.
Mhm.
You've got a beautiful waterfall. I think we could just add, recreational activities to the mission statement.
okay,
And,
recreational, okay,
outdoor living,
pardon me?
outdoor living.
Well, that's kind of covered.
Yeah.
Lifestyle. You don't want your mission statement to. So.
No.
Yes.
Very good. Yeah.
So recreational
You
activities.
can't take breakfast.
Why do you say first-time visitors, Jim?
Because they're blown away.
Agree.
And that's the seed that we want to plant. For them to come back and eventually end up.
So we want
you know,
fresh
buying
people.
real
Yeah.
property.
I was gonna say, because we visited probably 5 times and then bought, you know,
Yeah,
so,
yeah, you don't do it the first time, but getting people here the first time is a tough sell.
okay?
And once we're on the radar, then that's, you know, the path is set.
Okay,
I would.
We're gonna get our share.
I
Come on,
think,
buddy,
If you put in your first time visitors, you're
Oh.
too
too
narrow,
specific.
too
Okay.
specific. I think
I
agree.
visitors covers both first and the people.
I'm fine with that.
I agree.
And then I'll get into the Oxford summary.
I agree.
Very careful about make your scope too narrow.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. What we can do here is look at this again, and we're gonna readdress this in our next meeting, but I want to get Hardy. Next meeting, I'd like to have this thing nailed down for one. Can you look at it, Jack, you are your attorney, and see what we can clean it up the way we want to, and this is the beginning of, this is, beginning of it. So how we want to add Hardy discussion, and then at our next meeting, let's finalize. If you all can look at it. Does that make sense, Jason?
What was your addition, Jack?
And recreational activities, we're talking about promoting our community natural beauty, welcoming spirit. Recreational activities, and unique mountain lifestyle.
Okay. Right. Jack, you can send that to me, and then what I do is I'll, at the next meeting, we'll update this. And then we'll again address it. To make any change. Does that make sense?
And I would word environment.
Pardon me?
Well, tell the GP that.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Did you know that comma's optional now?
I know, but you cannot put it within your paragraph, you're supposed to Oxford comma and not use. it. You have to be
I
consistent.
prefer it.
Yeah.
I was too.
Great.
Good, I like, this is very good. So Grace, look at it. Grace, and, so with the next meeting, we'll finalize it with it. So I love your discussion. Do you like the overall concept here? Short, sweet?
Yeah.
Yes, all right. That's great. Second part is marketing. What can we do with our marketing goals? We all know that marketing is a long-term deal. But some people want short-term. They want answers right now. I'm
Well,
spending.
Madison is gonna, if she's gonna be able to give us measurable,
Yeah.
views and things like that, that is the beauty of, digital marketing. You know, that magazine that's distributed around any place, you know, the print, you can't follow that.
Yes. So with the activity goals, of course, in business, you can evaluate people and evaluation, how well they're doing, but in business, you have hard numbers. I was like hard numbers, sales, whatever. But
We have the numbers.
Marketing's gonna do.
pardon?
You get numbers from the pancake breakfast.
Yes, everything good, that's a good number. Home sales, do we want that, or do we want activities? Some of the suggestions by GPT was, Jack was, how many periodicals did you send out, or, that's an activity goal, but I think that has to be part of it,
And
or how many
the golf-
visitors we get.
And the golf course, I mean, they keep track of who are playing owners
Yeah,
versus not.
that's our number, yeah.
Public players,
So
right?
public
So
players.
if they see that number, well, if they see a both increasing, again, it's hard to quantify, but something is working,
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
If
A good example of that is during the winter months, we reduced the fees considerably down to like, what, $50 a round. And to attract more play from Raven County.
Yeah.
players,
Ah.
And it worked.
okay.
And we had reasonably good weather.
Ah, okay.
But it worked, if we can track.
you track that revenue, yeah, it's correct, yeah.
Good, great ideas. So put that together in the next meeting, then we'll finalize it, right? Jack, if you could put it together and, great. Any other items, let's say, other business? We were talking about it for the city. There were some discussions about having a city float. Have you had a chance to talk to Chip at all, Oliver, about? But let's go.
They that's a family thing they do.
Yeah.
I basically told Chip that obviously they go above and beyond every year, that a city might be willing to partner
Yeah.
with them to take the great thing they do and maybe make it better for resources, but also I think the idea was to try to put that in the Clayton parade as well.
Yes, right.
And so we're gonna talk again about that. When I called him, he was in the middle of something, but we are gonna revisit that. So yeah, he did send a step to do that.
That was something with that last meeting, how we could get the 250, our marketing committee did, I think the mayor suggested that.
Yeah, he did send a step to it. We're gonna revisit that very soon.
Okay. And we could buy a small fund, we could maybe help out on that. Okay. I did skip over one idea here, budget, item.
Yeah, real quick, Gordon,
Yeah, go ahead.
if you look at this, the bank account should go up 5 more thousand today. It should be 19,000.
Let's see, here we are, let me put this up here.
Yeah.
Budget pass.
Does everybody have a copy of it?
No, they don't.
Yeah,
I've got it up there.
The city's $5,000 contributions going in today.
Yeah.
So that will take that 19,000, 44,000. You were obviously very early in the budget year. As you see, there are about the $25,440 expenses. We spent a little 2,500. You got not quite $23,000 left to spend this year. So you're doing fine. So yeah, so that 5,000 will be going in today. We signed that check today, and someone will be making that deposit.
So that'll be added to the 22.9.
No, that doesn't change. 22.9 is what you got left to spend. The yellow at the top right is 19,535. That's going up 5 more thousand. So that's going to go to 24,535. And so, instead of being negative 3,300, you're going to be up by 600. After that news.
So the question here is, we have, if we go back down to the miscellaneous account, there was some confirmation in the budget, some didn't want it, but we got the miscellaneous account, $5,300. If we spent everything else in the budget, there's still miscellaneous $55,018 in the budget. That's the area we don't go over that we can use, if there is some money, we could do some funding for having the real estate agents here. So we have some money there, we have some funding, there are some things, we have some flexibility to do things. That is not what we're looking at, if we want to do some ads, so we're looking at. Give you an idea, so everything else, we did everything as is, and normally we don't spend as much as we have, but if we did, we still have.
And that will.
I was just gonna add one quick thing.
Yeah.
The 22nd, I believe, which is the Friday
Yeah.
before Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Next month is Municipal First Week. It is, Public Works Week is also Police, National Police Week. That Friday, the 22nd, we are planning to do a big, that's also, most of our seasonal folks are back. We're gonna do a big hot dog type thing like we do the 4th of July at the pavilion. We do budget for that somewhat, but if the marketing committee wanted to kind of help contribute with that, we appreciate it. We're gonna probably cook 600-800 hot dogs. It's gonna be open to everybody. Again, it's a chance to welcome everybody back. Memorial Day is kind of the precursor to the big Independence Day. And then also we want to recognize our outstanding fire and all the work.
So what is it date on that again?
Friday, the 22nd, isn't that correct, Sharon?
Friday. 22nd, and they call it, what's the event?
Public Works Week.
Public Works.
Well, it's Public Works.
Yeah, 22nd.
Public Works, our police.
22nd.
And the clerk, our clerk folks on that day. Which that is just, I think we did that last year, it was just for Public Works, but
Yeah.
we also, it was that Friday before, but everybody's gonna be coming in for Memorial Day. It's just kind of a welcome back, welcome to Sky Valley.
What kind of numbers are we talking about?
I mean, you might as well figure, by the time you buy the hot dogs and the chips and the water, about in the bulk, I mean, usually 700, you're probably about $1.50 per person. You know, by the time, because you're buying those hot dogs in bulk, you're buying the buns. Unfortunately, people read these clothes, they used to give us a heavy bill.
So what's our total
I mean,
number?
I know in the past, and y'all helped with 4th of July, y'all have done that, I don't know how much we budgeted for that.
And they are this year.
They are, yeah, so I think that's usually around $700. But I said, we do have a little bit of money set aside, but,
So what are you looking for from the, marketing?
what does the marketing committee want to contribute?
Well, I mean,
$500,
$300. $300.
Give them 300.
Okay, is there a motion? What is the motion?
To get the.
Help fund the celebration, Memorial Day celebration. Public, again, welcoming back everybody, recognizing our great staff, police, Public Works, clerk, Sharon, Karen, Summer, our other folks as well.
Is there, do I hear a second on it? Is there a discussion? No discussion, all approved, say aye. Aye.
Who was that, Grayson? Jim?
Very good.
Thank you. That'll go a long way towards that.
I've already put in the order for the hot dogs, the fries, and chips.
I'd like to find out where you're getting those from.
Eagles.
Eagles, okay.
I'm already planning to pick them up on July the 2nd.
Any idea how much that is?
It's gonna range anywhere from $1,000 to $1,200.
Okay.
It's usually about what it costs.
Which we got it way cheaper last year when I went to Sam's, but it's going to Sam's.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's gas, yeah, time.
We have a couple. Okay, thank you.
Okay, we're getting down there, the next meeting, Thursday, May the 28th, any issues with that at all?
I also want to say that you're doing the volunteer shirts for 4th of
Yes,
July.
that's already in the budget,
Yes.
yes?
I just
Right.
mentioned in
Yeah,
that
right.
that's another great donation.
And that's, how much is
Oh,
that?
that's what I was gonna put up there. That's the ad that went to Kathleen Painter.
Ah, right.
So we talk about the next meeting, because
And I
I have another meeting at 12.
have another meeting at 1.
Yeah, I'm trying, we got two, trying to do two.
Can I add one quick thing?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, yeah. Go
Just
ahead.
real, I know we're about to close, but we found out that the Dillon House is not doing the shoot this year because of the road construction. That was a surprise. We're still doing the July 3rd shoot at the club.
Right.
But the talking with the Dillon House, they do not budget for the fireworks show this year. But they're the hospitality folks there. I'm sure there are folks that are coming, gonna be expecting it. I've already talked to Ryan. We're probably anticipating a record number of people here. year.
Yeah, cool.
And we have moved heaven and earth to get our show because when they canceled Dillon House, they canceled us.
Oh,
So we have been in figuring out mode, we have figured it out. And we're gonna have a show on the 3rd, but it's going to be probably a massive crowd because those Dillon House folks, they're not gonna do a show on Saturday, they're gonna probably be here on Friday.
ah,
So just FYI.
More hot dogs.
yeah. Okay, the next meeting is set up 28th. Do I hear a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'm not, I'm paid.
Okay.
Yeah.
John, motion, is there a second? Yes. Okay, I'll say aye. Thank you. Again, sorry long, but lots of stuff to cover. Great. Thank you. Now,